guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you for joining me. Well, today I had to do it. I had to do the dreaded thing for every immunosuppressed patient in America right now. I had to leave home. It was a little bit more anxiety provoking than I thought it would be, but then when I stepped back and realized with different med changes and flaring and stuff, I'm not super shocked that I started having a little bit of anxiety about leaving home just because of the coronavirus. It is in my hospital. It was across the street from the building I was at, so it was obviously making me a little bit apprehensive about going. So I just took a bunch of crazy precautions and got through it. So I know you're probably like, Victoria, why would you leave your house right now? Well, because if I didn't, I could end up in the hospital fighting for my life. So your options sometimes are kind of stinky with chronic illness. It's kind of bad and worse. So basically I went to get my Xolair today, and I have already been having really bad reactions the week leading up to it. I do usually notice an increase in symptoms, but this time it was definitely a lot more noticeable. I don't know which GI symptoms are really linked to my mast cell, so I don't really want to put a lot of emphasis on that until I'm a little bit more certain. I do think, though, that it was contributing to some of my GI stuff. I will say that. And then I'm starting to have the hives again when I shower, and then if I'm showering, I need to know where my inhaler is because my throat does start to close up some. Very, very, very itchy, which is kind of like a normal mast cell thing. Trouble sleeping, brain fog, which you can tell with slow thinking, which I've had a lot recently for different reasons, so that's definitely very noticeable. This time though, the injection was different for me. Somebody else did administer it to me. I don't necessarily think that's what happened. I think because I am so unstable, my body is just freaking out over every little thing. So each arm where I got the shot swelled up this time. This is my 5th shot. I've never swelled from it. This was the first time. And I did also break out in hives. I had hives on both my arms and my torso. And then, of course, I came home, I showered, and got more hives. But it was kind of do I shower and make sure, I don't have any of the virus, bacteria or anything else on me? Or do I skip it and risk getting acutely sick? Because let me be clear, it's not just the virus. I don't want anything. I feel just infections in general, I'm hearing going around more, and different viruses in addition to corona. So I just don't want to get sick is the bottom line, not acutely on top of all this other stuff. So I am going to be showing you guys everything that I took in my book bag. This way you could kind of get a sense of extra precautions. I felt kind of silly, and I know people were staring at me. You get different stares. There's the, oh, I'm staring at you, but I don't want you to really know. And then there's the, I'm staring at you, let me make sure you know that I'm judging you. And that's the second one is what I was getting, obviously, because I had, the mask, I was wearing gloves. Because too, I also did cut my hand recently, and the cut was definitely open this morning. I was actually bleeding again. So we were I forgot to put a band-aid on. So it was you know what, I'm just gonna wear the gloves this way, try to be extra safe. I will say though, when I got there, protocol had definitely changed as soon as I went through the door, because there are multiple doctors' offices in the facility. So they basically were trying to screen me, and I was getting a little bit frustrated because I didn't want to be told if I had a fever. I wasn't allowed to go in because my fever is flare related. I know I've said I wasn't sure if I was getting acutely sick or flare. It does look like right now that this is all strictly flare up and that I'm not acutely sick. However, I always monitor everything, to be quite honest. So we're definitely like just making sure nothing is super out of the norm. And everything always changes in somebody's body, so it's really hard to say what's in and out of the norm sometimes. So, I did also, though, get a surprise video chat call. Video chat. Yeah, I guess it is a video chat call, right? I feel like that doesn't sound right together, though. From my primary care physician. So, thankfully, she's letting me go on Reglan for a couple weeks to get me to my new GI appointment. I really do appreciate that. Of course, I'm nervous to go on Reglan with neurology issues, but I think at this point I'm more scared of not eating and not absorbing my meds and needing to go to the hospital while things are this crazy in the healthcare system. There are just so many reasons, like with a chronic illness and being immunosuppressed, that like I don't want to be in a hospital right now. And not only am I on 3 immunosuppressants and I have rare diseases that I don't think would work well with the virus, I also have my port to consider. So like when I'm access, this can get infected. I don't know, and I don't think there's like data on how the virus acts like with the central line. My assumption though would be that you're going into sepsis, to be quite honest, which is a scary thought, which is again why I don't want the virus. And then like I have issues with my oxygen, that it drops randomly. That's been going on for about a year. The theory is when I'm tightening that I can't get enough air, which makes sense to me. I don't know if that's true. Nobody's been able to figure it out. And then I have had pleurisy, and of course with mast cell I can have breathing issues. So those are kind of just some of the reasons we want the virus to kind of stay away from me. And I feel that way like for a lot of people who are even just like immunosuppressed. Like you don't want the virus while you're in that position. I don't even feel like even if you have an autoimmune and you're not immunosuppressed, I don't feel like you want the virus either. But yeah, so far this Xolair has been much more difficult on my body. I'm definitely feeling a lot more tired this time too. So I'm not really sure. I'm assuming that it is just the flare and stuff, but we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. I do have to leave the house again tomorrow. It's like though such a process too to leave home right now, and it's just, I guess, draining, you know, because like you have to like spray down everything and wipe down everything, and then still I'm like, oh, I probably should have, you know, used hand sanitizer when I got back in the car, or I should have done this or that. I mean, I even like wrapped something around like this part of my like port hardware. That's what I call it. I don't know if other people do, but like this line, and then like the white clave and the green cap, I wrapped that all up because like I can't de-access and then like re-access myself right now with my hands, so I wanted to make sure that it stayed kind of clean. So tomorrow I venture out again, and then hopefully that's it till like about April 2nd. Alright guys, I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. Are you going crazy? Is being home weird? Is this normal? Are you going about like normal business? Because, I mean, I have extra people around, but a lot of this, like my life, hasn't really changed. Like I have to be a little bit more careful with certain things, and I can't go like food shopping or go to church. But other than that, like not a lot's really changed. So I have a different perspective. So let me know how it's going for you. Are you self-isolating? Do you have fear of getting the virus? Do you know of somebody with the virus? Let me know in the comments. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.